swimming. Let's go up, up, up. Okay, now 21. Question 21. If your marriage is different marriage than the one through which you gain conditional residence status, click yes or no. Number 22. Have you ever resigned all address since you became permanent resident? You have changed address other than the address you have done it before the permanent residence. Okay. In question 2, is your spouse, parents, spouse currently serving with employed by the U.S. government serving outside the United States? Yes or no. Okay. Part 2 is the biographic information. This is a super easy part, okay? In question 1 asks you whether you're Hispanic, Latino, or not. USCIS defines Hispanic Latino as a person who's a Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South, or Central American, or the other Spanish culture or origin regardless of the race, okay? So in this question, you will put Hispanic or not. In question 2, you can check as many boxes as you apply for your race, okay? If you're Hispanic Latino, you might check no boxes for question 2. USCIS defines white as a person having origins in the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. Okay, and question 3 is your height. Question 4 is your weight. Question 5 is your eye color. You select only one box for your eye color. If you have black, gray, maroon, blue, green, pink, brown, hazel, unknown, or other, you select these options. On question 6, hair color, select only one box. If you're bald, you have no hair, you select that option. Brown, sandy, black, gray, white, blonde, red, and unknown or other. In part 3 is basis for petition. If you are still married and your spouse is cooperating with the process of applying for your permanent residency, put on the X in the box. 1A, do not check any other box in that part. Waiver, yeah, is that for your parents if you conditional residence based on marriage or any parent marriage to the U.S. citizen. Oh wait, I went too up. I'm sorry. Oh, I went too down. Okay, now we did it. Okay, I'm sorry. In part 4, information about U.S. citizen or law permanent resident spouse. This means to be the person who helped the immigrant obtain U.S. conditional residence. Ideally, the address will be the same as the immigrant if you're filing jointly, and those need to prove an ongoing bona fide marriage. Okay, so in part 4, you will select the relationship that you have, which is usually spouse. From 2A from 5, you will provide your spouse information. 6A from 6H will be the physical address. Okay. In part 5, information about your children. If you have children, question 5 asks whether each child is applying with you. If they're not applying with you, you select no. Okay. And that means did the child get 2-year conditional green card? If you select yes. As the same within the 90 days, or where did you base on your child? If so, it's important to check yes if he's getting residency, conditional residency, with your spouse. With you, the conditional residence. So you will click yes. If it's living with you, you will click yes as well. If he's living with you, you must also provide the address, okay, of each child. They will give you space until, let me see how many children. I think until, if I'm not mistaken, until 5 children you could put in this form. And if you guys have more additional children, you will provide that in the additional space on part 11. Yeah, until 5 children. So if they're applying, like once again I'm gonna explain, if they're applying for the conditional, the 2-year conditional, they have the 2-year conditional residence, so when they become permanent resident, if they're applying, you must select yes. If not, just click no. And also you have to provide, even if they're not applying, you must select they are living with you if they are. If they are applying for the conditional residency, try to put them in this form, for you don't have to do it separately, okay? For you don't need to file that for them separately on I-751, just do it in this form. So let's go to part 6. Part 6 are accommodations for individuals with disabilities and or impairments. If you are requesting accommodation at your interior because of disability or impairment, such as needing to bring along a sign language interpreter, explain that there. So therefore, if you need that request an accommodation because of your disability or impairment, that will be for you. That will be question 1, yes or no. Question 2 is for your spouse, yes or no, and if for your children, yes or no. Okay, and this 4A through 4C, you explain why you requested this help, this type of help for disability impairment. Okay. In part 7, petition statement, contact information, acknowledgement of appointment at USCIS, application support center, certification, and signature. There's important information for you. The petition conditional residents to read it before signing. You must read the statement before signing this signature, okay? For your signature. Provide accurate contact information in case of UCI needs to follow up. Some of the questions asked about anyone who served as an interpreter or otherwise help you prepare the I-751. Whether the preparer was an attorney or not, such as people will need to fill it out their own section of this form. Make sure you type or write your name in the box in the section containing the space, okay? Acknowledgement of appointment at USCIS application center. So you will fill this in. Remember, your signature must be in black ink. It must be by hand. So the petitioner will write, if they could understand English, they put a check, right? If they don't, they need an interpreter, they use an interpreter, they will do 1B, a check. 1C, if they had other services like an attorney, okay? 3, 4, 5 is their contact information, the daytime number, the mobile number, or any email address. And then you will write, when it says I, comma, you will write your name in hand, because Adobe DC, or you use Adobe Reader, or any fill-in document online, it will not let you. So you must write this on pen, ink, black ink. Okay. You must sign here, black ink, and the date that you sign. This will be information about your spouse, the part A. So part A, spouse or individual listed in part 4, statement, contact information, acknowledgement of appointment at USCIS, application support center, certification, and signature. This is where your immigrating spouse signs. This person also has to type or write his or her name and the box section containing the blank acknowledgement at appointment at USCIS, application support center. Okay, so they will do their understand English. You will check that out. If they don't have they understand English, they don't, and they have an interpreter, they will select the 1B. If you use an attorney, the question 2, you will provide from 3F the same information, the contact information, daytime, mobile, and email address. In part 9 and 10, it's it's super easy. Part 9, if you use an interpreter, okay? And in 10, if you use an attorney, they'll for an interpreter, and one for the attorney if they help you fill out this form. So sorry guys, my tongue going crazy. It's a long form, okay? It has 11 pages, okay? So if you completed this form, congrats, okay? After you complete the I-751, when you and your spouse are finished preparing the joint petition, make a complete copy for your files. I do suggest make several copies, not one copy, many copies, and then send the forms and other required documents to USCIS at the address on the I-75 website. Using a courier service or certified mail with return receipt, requesting highly recommended. USCIS receive a huge volume of mail, and if your application gets lost, your proof of mailing will help convince the agency to look for the petition and not penalize you for filling it late. So I suggest you before sending the document, fill out the return receipt and the USPS, the postal office, or the UPS, because you could also use the UPS, FedEx, or DH, other services. You don't need to send your documents only on the post office. Okay, and the checklist, I'm going to explain the checklist for filing joint petition condition of residence. Here are the items you will need to assemble for your joint petition to remove the conditions on your residence and become a U.S. permanent resident. You will need your Form I-751, required supporting documents including a copy of your current green card or I-551 in the language of USCIS, both the front and back of sides. Evidence of your marital relationship from the 2 years to slightly less depending on where you're filing, such as copies of leases or mortgage in both your names, copies of joint bank, credit card, utility statements or bills, copies of children's certificate, and so forth on. The application fee currently is $595 plus biometric fee for photos and fingerprints of $85. Together is one check of money order. If you over 79 years old and you have to pay the biometrics fee, so send the base application fee. USCIS plans to change its fee structure. However, the intended change is mired in litigation, but if it eventually goes to the fee will be $760. That's an estimation for the I-751 and 34 matches. But for now, actually fee is $595. Okay. For the latest fee, always check USCIS website. I always suggest you before sending your form, always see if the expiry date has changed and the fee has changed. Okay. So today I'm gonna also show you where you can find the address where you're gonna mail your form, and also the fee that you must send. How usually it changes over time. Well, let's go to the website. I'm going to show you right now. Remember to subscribe to my channel, activate notification bell to receive notifications when I upload new videos, like, comment below, and share. Have a blessed day.